Hi, I'm Lucille Isadora Tures, and I'm answering the question today, why can't I meditate? So the answer is you can. You definitely can meditate. Everyone can meditate. The problems are there's three major obstacles, and I'm going to give you three solutions today. Three major obstacles are: one, a misunderstanding of what meditation is. So a lot of people have the misunderstanding that meditation is getting a quiet or silent mind. That is not what meditation is. So if you're trying to meditate and your goal is to have your mind turn off and you get this vast silence, that's not going to happen, and you're just going to be frustrated and disappointed. Another thing that meditation isn't is easy for most people. So it's not natural if you're not practicing it. So it becomes very natural once you get in practice, but if you haven't meditated before, you don't meditate often, it feels very uncomfortable at first. So not understanding that it's gonna feel uncomfortable for most people in the beginning is a big obstacle to meditating. The third obstacle is patience, willingness, and acceptance. So you will need these things, and if you don't have them, then it'll get in the way of your learning meditation. So it does take some patience and willingness. You have to move through the discomfort. You have to be willing to accept some distraction, and you have to sort of show up for it repeatedly. So I'm going to get to solutions now. The first solution I'm going to give you is to really play with different kinds of meditation. Okay, meditations are not all the same. There are visual meditations, there are mindfulness meditations, there are insight meditations, there are a lot of different forms of meditation. And finding the right place to start is one of the keys to being successful at meditation. Another tip is, as much as I just said being successful at meditation, is not holding on to some idea of what's supposed to happen. So if you get too caught up in how it's supposed to be, then that'll interfere. Now, the third thing I want to tell you about how to overcome the obstacle is kind of complex. So this is the most detailed one. You got to understand some about how the brain works and why it's uncomfortable. So most of us are running on this kind of fight or flight system. So most people are really stressed, and what stress does in your body is it kicks in your fight, flight, freeze, focus part of your brain. And what that does is it prioritizes everything that seems dangerous. So if you think about the cave person people that we developed out of, that we evolved out of, in their world, if you're living as a cave person, what you need to prioritize when you're stressed is things that are going to kill you. Okay, so what your brain does is it shuts down all other things in order to try to focus on not dying. So let's say a tiger. So you need to focus on the tiger, you need to block out other things. And if you try to chill out and relax, your brain is going to be like, no, what the hell? You can't not think about the tiger. You got to think about the tiger, otherwise we're going to get eaten, right? So what happens when you're living in that fight-flight system in daily life is that you've taught your body to only respond to things that are high stress. And so you're just moving from high stress thing to high stress thing to high stress thing, right? So when you try to calm down, when you try to meditate and chill out, your system is actually like, no, don't relax, don't chill out, don't stop thinking about tigers. That's exactly also why when you try to go to sleep at night, often you'll have trouble sleeping, because as soon as you try to relax and you're not distracted by something like TV, which is stimulating you and kind of tricks your brain. So people love TV because it can be both stimulating and relaxing. It's giving a lot of input to your brain, which makes your brain feel like you're doing something. But it also doesn't require anything from you. It's very passive, so it can be relaxing. But it's never going to be replenishing. Okay, that's the difference between doing something meaningful and deeply relaxing and sort of spacing out on TV. So when you first start to meditate, you will often have the reaction of actually becoming more anxious when you start to try to meditate. Your system is like, oh, this is not safe, this is not safe, it's not safe, I have stuff to do. And it'll try to get you onto doing a thing. Think about your grocery list, think about the fight you had with your partner, think about the thing at work, think about this, think about that. And it'll try to drag you into stressful thinking patterns. So if you know that, you understand how the brain works and that it thinks it's dangerous, you know that you just have to kind of move through that. It'll spike and then it'll let down. All you have to do during that time when your brain's trying to drag you away is breathe and come back to the meditation that you're working on. Okay. When you do that, so it doesn't take that long. If you do that every day or 3 times a week for a month, then it'll get more and more easy to get into the relaxed state. Your brain will start to learn that you're serious and that it's safe. When you sit down to meditate, you are going to stay on task and you're not going to be dragged away by stress thoughts. And so then you actually condition your body. You condition your brain and body to, when you sit down in your meditation place to do meditation, your body sort of automatically chills out and downregulates. So understanding that process and sticking with it is one of the big tools to overcome an obstacle to meditating. To go back quickly to the styles, find a style that works best for you. Some people have a really hard time visualizing, and so visualization meditations are too hard for them. Other people, just quiet meditations or mindfulness meditations are not stimulating enough, and so visualization works much better. Sometimes chant meditations are really the most effective for people because they engage you so fully and by using your verbal system. So try out different kinds of meditation and find one that works best for you. Now, once you get the basic habit of meditation, then you can do incredible things with your meditation practice. You can really use that basic vessel to go to really transformative and powerful places inside yourself and in your spiritual practice. But you got to get the basics down first. So start with that and subscribe and follow for more information on this, and also ask questions you have in the comments. Thanks, everybody. Blessings.